Hey guys, how we doing today? It's Wally with the Merida review blog, and today I wanted to talk to you about some simple tips that'll help you guys to save money while you're on vacation, or if you're making the transition, actually move to Merida. I've been here for roughly a year and a half as of the recording of this video, and there are a lot of things that me and my wife have learned about living here in Merida. These are just things that you will come up against, and especially just be prepared for. That way you can, again, you can save money while you're living, here. What I'm going to share with you guys is not financial advice. It's just mere tips that we have, again, learned by living here, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. If you like that, go ahead and hit the like button. Also, drop a comment right below and subscribe to this YouTube channel. That way, any future videos that I upload, you'll be sure to receive them. So when you move into Mexico itself, guys, as a foreigner, be it if you're from the United States, you're from Europe, wherever it is that you're coming from and you're moving to Merida, Mexico, or any part of Mexico, I think there's some simple things that you need to know. That way you won't fall in certain financial traps. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I mean. One of the things that we discovered upon moving to Mexico, we've been here, we've been on vacation here, I should say, a few times prior to actually moving here, but I think it's really different when you move to an area versus actually vacationing, right? And that's the case with any place, whether it's Mexico, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, wherever it is that you go to vacation. When you actually move to a place, it's very different, right? And so I think that's the same case with us, is that we really love living in Mexico. But when it comes to finances, these are things that you're going to run into. One thing that I wanted to mention, guys, is that whenever you go to an ATM, you need money from the ATM, you're withdrawing money from the ATM, whether you're going to be on here for vacation for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, or whatever the time that you're going to be here. When you go to an ATM and you withdraw funds from any ATM, be it Banorte, Santander, BBVA, any ATM, you're always going to be presented with two options. One option, no matter the quantity that you pull out or you withdraw, you're always going to present you with two options. And the first option is going to be, do you accept the conversion? So what are they talking about right here? Well, right now, as of the recording of this video, the dollar is right at about, it's almost at 18 pesos, which is amazing. The pesos keep going up and down, 16 to the dollar, 17 to the dollar. Now it's almost at 18 for the dollar itself, which is a lot better. But when you're at the ATM itself and the bank is asking you if you accept their conversion, you always want to say no. The reason is, guys, is that when you accept the bank's conversion, they're going to charge you more for your money. And I don't think you want to give more of your money to a bank than what they, should have, right? And so you're going to see these two options on any ATM that you go to. Always select no. You decline the conversion itself. What you're doing when you decline the conversion, guys, is you're allowing your bank, whichever bank it is, in the United States, Canada, Europe, wherever it is, you're allowing your bank to do the conversion for you. You want to do that because your bank is going to save you money, and they're going to actually use today's rates for the ATM conversion itself. The bank is going to use a lower conversion. That lower conversion translates to them making more money off of your money. Does that make sense? So that's one of the things that we learned, is that obviously we have to pay like our rent, we have to pay utilities and these things like this. And if you're new to Mexico, you really don't know about that. You might just go and withdraw, and you're just being charged every time on that money itself that you're pulling out. Something that we learned too, guys, that really helped us to save money is to learn how to do transfers. What do I mean by this? Here in Mexico, Mexicans send transfers all the time from bank to bank. It works just the same like if you're in the US or another country, where you can send transfers amongst US bank accounts, right? And whether it's like next day or same day, the concept works exactly the same. Here in Mexico, people will give you their debit card freely. You know, it's a very odd concept, especially from the States. We don't give our debit cards to anybody unless they're in the financial institution, right? But here in Mexico, it's very different. If you want to make a payment to somebody, they will give you their ATM card off the gate. And so they give you the ATM card. Obviously, with the ATM card, you can't do any withdrawals or anything. It's really strictly only for deposits, making deposits itself. The best way that you can do this as a foreigner, if you're not a resident, temporary or permanent resident, of Mexico, it would be great if you got an app to do it. Now, typically, there are a lot of apps online that you can do it. There's Wise, there's Remitly, the one that I'm using itself, and I actually really, really love Remitly. I'm going to drop a link right below, that way you guys can check it out, sign up for it. I really, really love it. The great thing about Remitly is this: they have very, very low fees itself when it comes to making transfers to Mexican accounts. In fact, you can send money globally, right? There are, well over 200 countries that you can send, monies to. But I just have it preset to Mexico, right? And so with that, it allows me to plug in the contact's name, their bank information, their clave, which is kind of close to what would be like a routing number, if you will, for the bank itself. And so it just makes it really easy to save money and not have to withdraw it from the ATM. I could just send those monies directly to the individual that's here, whether we're paying, rent, you're paying, lights, water, whatever it is. It's just any service that you're gonna receive, here. Even in restaurants, very, very typical that you can, pay in cash, you can pay with a card, but a lot of restaurants will say, hey, you can send me a transfer. So it's very, very common, something that you will encounter here in Mexico, that people will say, hey, can you send me a transfer? And so the absolute best way that I recommend doing it, there are a lot of ways to do it, but the best way that I have found to do it is to use an app like Remitly. Again, there are a lot of apps, out there that may allow you to do it, all of which have their different, fees associated, with it. But I've gotten the best conversion, rates with it, the lowest fees when depositing, to a bank account here in Mexico. So again, I'm going to drop the link right below for Remitly. That way you guys can check out Remitly, see if it's something for you. I know it'll definitely help you to save a lot of money when, paying different items, here in Mexico itself. And so those are some of the things that I wanted to talk about, guys, that we have seen. Obviously you would save even more money if you had your residency. I'm not here to give you any legal advice about the residency or how to get it and all these things, but there is a guy that does a really good job with handling that paperwork, and he's actually helped us. And so he's helped a lot of people, a lot of friends of ours here in Mexico to get their residency and to get it really, really fast. And so can't make any guarantees, obviously, because I'm not a lawyer, not a legal advisor, nor do I work with immigration or anything like that. But what I can say is that this guy is really good. He's helped out a lot of people that I personally know here in Merida, from the States, who have moved here to Merida and wanted to get the residency. So all of these things, essentially will save you money, because, here in Mexico, there are two prices for a lot of things, namely if you are going to do sightseeing and you are checking out different places like museums, cenotes, amongst, other things. Typically there's a price for nationals and there's a price for foreigners. And the foreigners price is obviously more, even with the Maya train that they just open up. You can go from one extreme of Mexico to the next, and it is very, very cheap to do it. But if you're not a resident, temporary or permanent, you really can't take advantage of those savings. And so again, it does pay to get the residency itself. I will drop a link right below of the person that helped us, as well as some other friends. And if you decide to go with him and to work with him, great. There's another contact as well that I know that does an amazing job. She's a lawyer, and if you're interested in doing that, again, you can contact her and go about that process. So guys, these are just a few things that I wanted to share with you in this video that'll help you to save, some money, while you're here, transacting, with business, and so I hope you guys found value rather with this video. If you did, drop a like, also a comment right below. What are some questions that you guys have about Merida? Are you coming here very soon? If so, when? And what are some questions that you need answered before you arrive to Merida? All right, this is it for the video itself. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. That way, future videos that I upload, you'll be sure to receive them. You guys make it a great day, and thanks for watching.